Intermittent fasting is easily one of the best and most powerful tools you have in your arsenal when it comes to losing weight, improving your overall health, and longevity. Its efficacy when it comes to specifically targeting body fat and burning it for energy is unparalleled. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to specifically use intermittent fasting for weight loss. These are the exact same tips that I give to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. So you know it works. Before we get started, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to get notified every time I post a new video every week. It really helps support my channel. All right, let's dive in. The human body is an amazing thing. We rose to the top of the food chain for a reason. We are the apex predator of all apex predators. Sitting on your shoulders, for example, your brain, is the most complicated object in the known universe. How cool is that? And through 2.5 million years of evolution, we developed the innate capability to carry around stored energy with us in order to survive the harshest conditions this planet had to offer. And we're still genetically identical to our Paleolithic ancestors. And we specifically store energy for later use around our center mass. Think of it like a fat fanny pack attached to our bodies. So in times when food was scarce, we just tap into that stored energy until we can find food again. Now, here's a very important concept you need to understand. If you can wrap your head around this, it'll get you pretty far. The human body can only be in one of two states. You can either be in the fed state or the fasted state. You can't do both at the same time. When you're eating, you're in the fed state. Insulin, a nutrient sensor, goes up. A lot of experts consider it the master hormone because it's the hormone that controls our body weight. Think of it as a switch to fat burning or fat storing. When insulin goes up, its job is to tell your body to store all those calories. You're in fat storing mode. The calories you consume get stored as glycogen, and the body can only store around 2,000 calories of stored glycogen in the muscles and liver, or it can store it as body fat. And there is no limit to how much fat our bodies can store. Think about morbidly obese people. If you eat dinner, for example, there's usually more calories in that meal than you can use at that point because you're about to go to bed. So you store the rest of those calories for later use. Every time you don't eat, like when you go to sleep, the body switches to the fasted state. When you're in the fasted state, insulin naturally goes down because there's no more food coming in. Remember, it's a nutrient sensor. And when insulin goes back down to baseline, that's the signal for your body to start tapping into stored energy. This is why you don't die in your sleep or you don't have to get up in the middle of the night to eat. In the fed state, insulin goes up. You're in fat storing mode. In the fasted state, you're not eating, insulin goes down, and we tap into stored energy. It takes about 4 hours to switch to the fasted state. If you go for a 15-minute walk after a meal, you can cut that time by half. That's why one of the best things you can do is to go for a walk after dinner, and every meal for that matter. But you're one or the other. You're either in the fed state or the fasted state. You can't do both at the same time. Think about it. When you're eating, that's what your body's gonna use for energy. Why would it burn body fat when there's food coming in? It's just gonna save it for a rainy day. So an easy way to think of this is high insulin blocks fat burning. Logic would then suggest that if we wanna burn body fat for energy, we have to keep insulin low by not eating. This is why grazing on food, like eating a small meal or a snack every 2 to 3 hours, is one of the worst things that you can do. Because A, you're not fully satiated from those small meals, and B, we don't usually snack on the healthiest stuff. Like we don't really snack on salmon, broccoli, or hard-boiled eggs. We snack on chips, cookies, crackers, and candy. To give you some context, the average eating window for the majority of people is 15 hours, which means that that person starts eating at 8 a.m. and doesn't really finish eating until 11 p.m. Those are basically your entire waking hours, which means you're in fat storing mode all day. And we've made tons of technological advances as a society, which is awesome. But one of the downsides to that is we also live in a time where we always have access to food. 24/7. We have food delivery apps, we can get groceries delivered. We don't really need to leave the house anymore, and that's exactly what we've done. The average North American, for example, gets a measly 4,700 steps every day. That is the definition of a sedentary lifestyle. The bigger problem is we've also now developed this thing where we use food as a form of entertainment. And I love food just as much as the next guy, don't get me wrong. But if you eat constantly and you're one of these snacking or 6 small meals a day advocates, you never really give your body a chance to switch into the fasted state and start using some of these calories. Your insulin levels always stays high, which means you're always in fat storing mode. And remember, there is absolutely no limit to how much body fat your body can store. If you do this long enough, you develop something called insulin resistance or hyperinsulinemia, which opens up Pandora's Pandora's box to a lot of nasty disease. Now that you understand this delicate mechanism, the solution becomes very obvious. It's actually really simple. You have to intentionally create these windows of time that you're not eating. That's all intermittent fasting really is. If you want, you can also call it time-restricted eating or intermittent eating. The easiest way to do this is take advantage of this 8-hour fast that you've already got going. From your overnight sleep, you've already got an 8-hour head start, and just extend it to however long you want. If you skip breakfast, for example, and let's say you eat lunch at noon and you finish eating dinner by 8 p.m., you've just manufactured a 16-hour fast and an 8-hour eating window. You've just given your body 16 hours to burn some of your stored energy. You can also skip dinner or eat an early dinner. That actually might be better because it aligns more with your circadian clock. It also gives you time to go for a walk afterwards. Intermittent fasting also transcends all diet wars because it doesn't really tell you what to eat. It focuses more on when you eat. If you really want to maximize your results, pair it with a diet that also moderates insulin levels. The best diet that's been shown to do that is a high-fat, moderate protein, low-carb diet. Because carbs, specifically refined carbs and sugar, are found to be the most insulinogenic types of food. Insulinogenic means it's fattening. You want to ditch toxic vegetable seed oils like canola, peanut oil, and sunflower oil. Find healthy foods you enjoy eating and don't eat like a butt. You want to limit treats as an occasional thing. I like doing it once a week. That concept basically takes care of the diet part of the equation. It doesn't have to be this complicated thing. You don't even need to be perfect. Just try to get it right 80 to 90% of the time. If you combine that with other supportive lifestyle choices like getting 10,000 steps spread throughout the day, a couple of high-intensity strength sessions, and you'll automatically have time to do those things if you skip a meal or two. Also, if you get adequate and quality sleep and spend quality time with family and friends, preferably doing the same things as you, you're absolutely winning at life. An equally important thing to address is your relationship with food. Again, I love food just as much as the next guy, but your entire life should not revolve around it. Don't reward yourself with food. You're not a dog. But again, this is exactly why we carry fat around with us. We're carrying around this fanny pack of stored energy. Think of it as granola bars strapped to your body. You just have to use it. It's not just there for looks. If you don't eat, that's what your body's gonna use. You're not gonna die. And we've all accidentally done this when we're preoccupied or we're just busy with something. Sometimes we just forget to eat and nothing bad happened, right? And remember, our hunter-gatherer ancestors would sometimes go a full day or days without eating. They were forced to fast and burn body fat for energy until they could find food again. If we didn't have this capability, we wouldn't have survived as a species. And this isn't anything new. Millions of people every year from different types of religion practice some type of fasting, whether it's Lent, Ramadan, or Yom Kippur. If you think about it, it's the oldest diet intervention in the book. And it's free, so you can literally start today and start getting results. The next question then becomes, how are you actually supposed to eat if you want to lose weight? Because here's the thing. 80% of your body composition is determined by your diet. You can't just freestyle this part. Do you have a proven plan that you can follow? To help you with that, I want to give you a free copy of my Lean Body Blueprint. This is how I was finally able to get rid of all my unwanted body fat without depriving myself of my favorite foods or spending countless hours at the gym. It's a simple 4-step process specifically designed for busy professionals, and it's the exact same blueprint that I teach to all my students, and they've all gone to see some amazing results. If you want to be the next success story, then download your free copy of the Lean Body Blueprint right now. There's going to be a link somewhere at the top here or in the description box. Just click on it, type in your email, and I'll send it to you right away. Hey, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I post a new video every week, and feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions about this video. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Virtual high five.